name's Aphrodite. I work at Orchard Road Early Learning and Community Centre. I'm the ECT in the 3-year-old sessional kinder program. I embed the program by using the materials that have been given. So each week we read a story 3 times in our session. The children are taking so much in reading the books. They love learning new words. They're adding to their vocabulary. The children are really taking on loving reading books. I see them often after we've read the book, they will sit at my teacher chair and they'll pretend like they're doing their own little group time where they're asking the children questions and they're showing them what's the title of the book, what's the back cover, what's the blurb. They'll ask them about questions about the book. They'll read through stories. So it's really, it's so exciting to see them really engaged in story time. Children are like sponges, so every little bit counts for preparing them for 4-year-old kinder and then moving on to school. Even with the 3-year-olds, they've really taken such a good opportunity in learning about what books are about and how important it is to learn about letters. I see the difference it's made in the room. The children are really engaged. They are learning about new words. They love the activities that are prepared. I love reading the books to the children, and I find that when we read the same book multiple times, the children find something new in the book. So something that we haven't actually seen before. There may be a book that probably I've read 1,000 times, for example, Wombat Stew, and there's always something new that comes of that book, because each time we're asking different questions to the children and they're answering things and seeing things on the pages that sometimes we may overlook. So it definitely gives us an opportunity to see a different side of not just reading the book, but actually really looking at everything that's part of that book and the pictures, and making print really something that they can understand. They may not understand how to read at this point in time, but they are finding their foundations in that.
Hi, my name is Sal. I'm the 4-year-old kinder teacher in the integrated kinder program at Orchard Road. And I was lucky enough to be part of the pilot program of the School ReadY program, where we got to go over to Western Australia to do some training, which was fantastic. So we learnt all about how 1 in 5 children are vulnerable, going to school vulnerable with their early literacy skills. So we were able to learn how we can combat that, how the program benefits the children, and we were really excited to bring it back to put it into place in Orchard Road. We've had children recognise, in each book we have tier words or focus words that we look at in the story, and one of them in one week was murky, and in the next week we had the word gloomy. And when we were reading the word gloomy, one of the children put their hand up and he said, "Oh, Sal, that's like murky, it's dark and hard to see through." And I was like, breakthrough moment. It was so wonderful to see the connections that they were making and then really recognising how well the program was actually working. So it was fantastic. So as well as sitting down and raising their hand and learning to sit in a group, we also play a lot of games with the children. And one of the games we played was odd man out, or odd one out, and we categorise sort of the items like animal, food, colour, and we put them on the board, and there'd be 2 of one category and 1 of the other, and the children would have to pick the odd one out. And I noticed one day during play, one of the children had got an Etch-a-Sketch, and she was going around to all the children in the room and picking up different items and categorising them herself, and then getting the children to actually tell her which one was the odd one out. So she was sort of transferring what she'd learnt in the sit-down class to the classroom, which was really great. They have actually. I've had a few parents say that their children have been walking around clapping to the syllables, so pointing words out that they see in the house and clapping the syllables and their names, which has been really good.
I'm looking at the teacher, ears listening, mouth closed, hands still, feet still. Eyes are looking, ears are listening, Mouth is closed, hands are still, feet are still. Wombat stew. Mad magpie. Crunchy. Billabong. He was being mean, and he said attack. And at the end, he was sun rising. He calmed down by singing.